Good morning! It is week 4 of the 12 miles in 12 weeks challenge, so you know what that means. Today, I'm hiking 4 miles. And we've got a little bit of elevation to start off today's hike. Nothing too crazy, but just a little bit of up and down throughout the 4 miles today. I'm glad that is not face level. Look at all this mica. A cool piece of art I saw in a museum one time was painted onto mica. And if you know anything about mica, it is very brittle. So I just found that so impressive that someone could paint onto that. I know people paint on like rice grains and stuff, and that blows my mind. When I walk through this park, it gives me the urge to trail run. If I haven't said where I am, I'm at Watson Mill Bridge State Park. I am so grateful for these lands to recreate on, but this park is never crowded. I think it's one of the most underrated Georgia state parks, in my opinion. It does get crowded in the summertime, sometimes with locals swimming down by the bridge, which I'll take y'all to later, but it's never really crowded on the trails. Just super nice. This is a mountain bike trail as well as a hiking trail. But anyway, all of that to say, I used to come here a couple times a week a few years ago when I was training for my 50K ultra marathon. It's kind of the perfect terrain to train for a Georgia, North Carolina trail race on, because you've got a little bit of elevation. It's obviously not like the best elevation training, but you have roots, you have rocks, and I don't know. What more could you ask for? It does get kind of muddy when it rains, so it was like kind of good to practice with that as well. But I love these trails. I have passed a few people on the trail today, but it always feels so quiet here. You can hear the birds and the insects and the plane flying overhead right now. But I love the way the light comes through the trees here. I don't know, it's just so peaceful. I am curious if these spots were made by a human or like a beetle or something. If you know, please let me know in the comments. This reminds me of like a bad bear hang tree that one time I used on the AT with a bunch of other people because there were 0 other options, and we were so worried when we went to bed. We were like, we left our food up like a bear buffet up there. I mean, it was technically high enough off the ground, but the tree looked so brittle, like it might snap at any moment, and we had all of our food bags up there. So it's funny the things that will remind you of other moments in life, which in sort of a roundabout way brings me to my question for today's video. If you haven't been following along in the past videos, I ask a question for you all to answer down in the comments in each week's video. So today's question is, if you could go back and give yourself one piece of advice. It can be silly or it can be as serious as you want it to be. But if you could go back in time and give yourself one piece of advice, what would that piece of advice be? Mine, I'm gonna go with something kind of in the middle. Not too funny, but not too serious either. I think I would tell myself to be more of a risk taker. And this channel obviously is about adventure and travel and saying yes to things, because I've realized throughout the years that every yes to something is a no to so many other things, and every no to something is inadvertently a yes to something else. So I think I would be more conscious of my yes decisions, and specifically I would give myself permission to travel sooner, especially by myself. I think I used to have a fear of not wanting to go somewhere because my friends didn't want to go, or it just didn't feel like the right time, or I don't know. But I think I've just learned over the years, if I have the means to do so, that saying yes to things in life, 1, expands my comfort zone, 2, has taught me so many things about myself and the world that you won't find on any news outlet or in a lot of books that you read. And 3, it builds character, and it builds, I want to use this word carefully, independence, in the sense of confidence and expanding your horizons, expanding your comfort zone. I fear using the word independence sometimes because I think it has a negative connotation a lot of times in our society, but I think there's a good side to it as well. So let me know down in the comments, if you could go back in time and give yourself a piece of advice, what would that be? Oh, that's cool. It's like a little door. Somebody has been out here mountain biking pretty recently. I don't like to do this trail just because there are so many roots. And roots and I are not friends when I'm on my bike. The plan for today, Watson Mill has a couple of loop trails here. So my plan is to do this loop trail, which is about 2 miles, and then go back to my car. I've left some water and electrolytes there because this is Georgia. And even though it's cooler this morning, it's still in the 80s and humid. So wouldn't really call it cool. But after that, then I'm going to go on another loop trail, which I think is just under 2 miles. And all of that plus joining up with the car should get me to about 4 miles today. In a weird way, hiking 4 miles was kind of this mental hurdle for me. I knew I could do 1 mile. I knew I could do 2 miles. I knew I could do 3 miles. But for some reason, making the jump to 4 miles felt like really committing to this challenge in a deeper way. And I can't really describe it. That's just how it felt for me. And kind of knowing that I'm doing the 4 miles in some way has solidified my commitment to this challenge, and it gives me confidence that I'm gonna make it and we're gonna get up to 12 miles. We're a third of the way there once we finish this one. You know what? Let's go down here and see if we see any wildlife today. There's a little overlook. Hello? Anybody out here? Oh, somebody left their sunglasses. Well, if there was anybody out here, they probably left when they heard me stomping my way down the trail. For those of you joining along on this challenge, there will probably be a day before you start your hike or your walk or whatever you're doing where you have the same thing that I had this morning, where you think, oh, my bed is comfortable. Oh, I don't want to drive there. Oh, it's hot today. Just making up any and every excuse you can to make that hurdle a little higher for yourself. But kind of like I was talking about earlier, your no is a yes to something else. And for me, I kind of told myself, I was a little hard on myself. I was like, if I say no to this today, I'm saying yes to laziness, because physically, I know that I want to get out there and that I want to keep becoming a better version of myself through this challenge. And if I say no to my hike today, I'm ultimately saying yes to laziness and settling. And I know you're probably like, Megan, that's so hard on yourself. You're recovering from surgery. Yes, but I knew physically I could get out here and do it today. So sometimes you just gotta give yourself a little kick and a punch and get yourself out the door. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a vireo calling in the background. I think there's another bird calling too. Those are my favorite bird calls to hear. We made it halfway. I can't believe we're already halfway through our hike today. I'm having such a great time out here. There's typically 3 things in life I never regret doing. 1 is getting out for a hike. 2 is going to a concert or like live theater. And 3 is ordering dessert. Cheers, water break. And if we're gonna have a water break, we might as well have a dance break. Okay, let's go. Trail 2. In case y'all couldn't tell, I've put on some music. Today I am listening to Bryn. He is a younger folk, I would classify him as like indie folk artist, but I like his stuff. Ooh. Oh my goodness, does anyone else see this? It looks like to me that it says A-T. Oh. I'll definitely be doing a tick check after this side of the trail because it might not look like it on camera, but some of these grasses are high and I've heard that ticks are bad. Well, they're always bad. I've heard there's a lot of ticks this year, so I just want to be extra careful, especially with the high grasses over here. That's a big tree that fell. Oh, you can tell I'm silk blazing over here. I just got a face full of spider webs. This morning I was laying in bed scrolling through Facebook Reels, how old am I, as one does before getting up to teach my classes, and I came across this farm stand that is actually not super far from here. So I pinned the location and I am super excited because I think I'm going to stop by after the hike. I did throw in some cash because service out here is not always the most reliable. Oh my gosh, more spider webs. So I don't know if like a Venmo would go through or something like that. But also, let's see, it's 11 o'clock right now. So I don't know, do farm stands sell out? Do I have to be worried about that? Is there just going to be a hangry Megan standing in front of a farm stand on the side of the road? TBD. Stay tuned. Y'all know I love ferns. Oh, so beautiful. I am at 3.6 miles. I've got about a half mile left. So I'm going to put the phone away so I can just enjoy the last bit of my hike out here. And I will see you all back at the car. We did it! That is 4.18 miles, done and dusted. Next week, 5 miles, which I am very excited for because this whole next month of hikes, I think the next like 4 hikes I'm very excited for. But the dog count for today was 3, which we averaged almost 1 per mile. If we can keep that up, I will be a happy girl. So if you want to follow along for the rest of this 12 and 12 challenge, be sure to subscribe to the channel, press that bell, like this video, hype it, do all of those things. It really helps out small creators like me. Let's go to the farm stand because I'm hungry. Okay, we're here. Let's see what we've got. Ooh, cookies. I'm sorry, I don't have any food.